All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Hoda Husband Podcast. I'm your host, Terry Duran. I got both of my co-hosts on the line with me tonight. I got my man, Jay Bob, on the building. What's good, man?
Nothing much, man. Glad to be back at it. Looking forward to another great episode tonight. But want to quickly remind you, you can catch us on TikTok as well as subscribe to us on YouTube at Hoda Husband Podcast. And for those interested in shout outs and promos, shoot us a DM on IG at Hoda Husband Podcast, as well as email us at hodahusbandpodcast@gmail.com. All right, T.
I also got my man SD in the building. What's up, bro?
Nothing, man. Ready to get this show on the road. But let me give a shout out to Brother Soul Productions for always keeping the background audio fresh. And I want to remind you all to donate to the Hoda Husband Podcast on Cash App and PayPal. All right, T.
All right, this episode is titled Lust and Lifestyle, and we're going to be having a conversation about the things men and women use to attract the opposite sex. But y'all know how we do around here, man. We like to discuss the stuff that we see trending on our timelines. And we got two interesting videos to discuss this week. This first video is a woman talking about the realities of a woman being selected as a wife. Let's take a look.
Exactly. I keep telling women, you only pick the men that you open your legs to. You do not pick the man that goes down on one knee. You don't. So you can make your choices and be free-willed and live up your best city girl life all you want, yeah? But at the end of it, you're not the one that's going to choose whether you're worth to be married or not. So I suggest you actually listen to men when they say what they want to marry.
Now, that was a real straightforward message. And to me, it undercuts the whole know your worth narrative. Because that whole conversation about women just being able to declare that they're worth marrying or that they're worth being with always seems to completely ignore the fact that men have choices too. And men are actually the ones that decide who they actually want to marry. I can't think of back in the day, I guess they used to what they call a shotgun wedding, where fathers would force men to marry their daughters if they got them pregnant. But outside of that, I can't think of situations where men are actually forced into marriage. So I think she was dropping some knowledge, but I think it's going to be hard for a lot of women to actually accept it.
Yeah, it is, man. You want to know why?
Why?
Because most women don't really live in the real world. They live in like fantasy land somewhere. They really do. Because you hear them say stuff like, when I'm ready to get married, I'm going to get married. You know what I mean? Like, and you be like, okay. You know what I mean? And the way they talk as if they're the ones that get to decide when they get married. And then they'll say things like, they'll have an eligible bachelor that'll be telling them certain things. And just because they don't like it, they don't like what he's saying, they'll discredit everything that he says about what he wants in a wife or what he looks for or what most men look for because he's single and don't have a woman. I mean, it makes no sense. If I want to know what single women are looking for in a quality man, I'm going to listen to a single woman that's looking for a quality man. It only makes sense, on a general scale. You know what I'm saying? If she said, hey, most women look for men that are providers, they got their lives together, that lead their own lives well, and, are respectful and can talk. I'm be like, okay, cool. Yeah, let me try to work on these things. Yeah, I'm not going to say, well, you ain't got no man, so why would I listen to you? No, that's the emotional response that women make that don't use logic with what they are saying. They would rather go talk to Steve Harvey, that's 67 years old and ain't dated in 35 years, and talk about this here. Hey, make them wait 90 days. Ford Motor Company, make them wait 90 days. Man, if you don't get out of here, like I'm just saying, it makes sense for them to listen to men like this here young lady said, which she's right. But a lot of women be so in their feelings that they're very selective about the men that they listen to sometimes, and their reasons a lot of times are silly as to why they don't listen to those men.
Absolutely, man. I mean, she's pretty much straightforward, right? You want to get married, you want that quality man. Listen to what those men actually want. But the problem is, a lot of women don't want to listen to that because they're like this. If it doesn't serve them, they're not going to listen to it, right? Even when they hear women say stuff or certain men, right? They try to do anything to invalidate what they say, right? they try to find any sort of flaw they can find and use that to invalidate what he said, because it doesn't serve her. It's not what she wants to hear. That's why they listen into Steve Harvey and, you know, the plethora of other panders out there to just sell them down the river.
And because when they discredit the person giving the message instead of actually taking into account the actual facts and the real world observations that come when we have these kind of discussions, you see why the type of woman would have that problem, because like what SD said, they look for a way to discredit you because you're single. They do the same thing for me, and I'm married. You know what I mean? So the same problematic, argumentative women on social media, to discredit me, they'll try to discredit my wife and make it seem like I'm just married to some old weak chick that don't have no say so and no spine and live this torturous lifestyle, when none of that is really based off reality. And so trying to tell women the things that it takes to at least give them a better chance of being selected as a wife, because nothing's guaranteed. You can get married and your husband could die. You know what I mean? Like, so anyone could end up single. But the path to putting you on the route to increasing your chances the most, those things are pretty straightforward, and you're not going to hear them from the panders on social media.
No, and men ain't gonna change. Men aren't gonna change just because women don't like how we pick women. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna start picking women based off of. Yeah, we're not gonna start picking women based off of what women want us to pick them off of. That's stupid. It don't even work for them.
They ain't gonna respect us. Even if we do, they're not gonna respect us for it anyway.
No, like it don't make no sense, man. And even some of the older chicks that's been out here, they've been out here. They've been out here dating. They're living this reality.
20 years.
Yes, that things don't go how y'all think it should go. It just don't work like that. You have to relationships. It's like a give and take. I remember Kevin Samuels used to say, it's about sacrifices and trade-offs or something like that. Like, you ain't gonna get everything that you want. You gonna have to give something. Yep. Yeah, you gonna have to give something in order to get something. And what's going on now is that a lot of these chicks don't want to give nothing but pre-pounded pussy. That's it. Pre-pounded already. It comes to give. I know it comes beat up, pre-pounded already. It's already wore out. Got a bunch of kids. Got 40 bodies on it. It's got 700,000 miles, and it's a 2020. And they want new car prices for it. And the men are saying it's just not worth it. That's not worth it. Just like you would do a car. I know the women hate the analogy, but it's the same thing. It's a bad deal for men. I was thinking about this the other day, where I was on a pod, and the woman, she was an alpha woman, a independent woman, a boss chick, right? And as we got to talking, she got to saying her man couldn't like no pictures on Instagram. What? My man can't like no pictures on Instagram and blah, 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 blah. And he got to pay all the bills. She said, I ain't even going to pay the tip. I ain't paying for nothing. He can't like no pictures on Instagram. None of these here chicks. He go liking 3-4 pictures. I said, but hold on. You can post 3-4 pictures for a bunch of men to like, but he can't like pictures of a chick.
What was her response?
Oh, but I know what I'm going to do. I know I'm not going to do nothing. And I said, see, this is the nonsense right here. Boss chicks, these chicks here want to try to control everything, even you. They want to try to control everything. And then when masculine men say, that ain't going to work for me, boo, they try to make it seem like it's your issue. Yeah. And the man of their dreams is going to pick them anyway, even though they 45 years old already and ain't nobody did it. Like,
I got a question for y'all real quick. Based off what you just said, what can y'all conclude about her husband?
He's a weak
man. What husband? Who? Who husband? She's single.
I thought you were talking about.
Okay, so she started a hypothetical.
But it was a hypothetical.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
no. This is a conversation I actually had with a single woman on a pod.
Okay.
So it was
Well,
just it was just hypothetically
she's
speaking.
looking for some weak ass dude that she's not really gonna.
Yes.
Right,
Yes, exactly. Like it don't even make no sense, man.
Right.
When you listen to them, and then when you say these things, a lot of them just want control. They want a man there to do what they want, do what they say, and that they can really control. That's really what a lot of them want, and a lot of men ain't doing that.
That sounds like a bad deal right there. That sounds like
Exactly.
That's not
it's
leadership.
a horrible deal for a man. I gotta pay all your bills. I gotta do all of this, and she make money. Then I can't like no pictures, but you get to post them. Like this don't even make no sense. You know what I mean? But that's
there's no reason that a man that is in a position to attract an attractive woman or a desirable woman, he's going to have more options than that.
Yep.
So whenever I hear women come with these long lists of things and these outrageous demands, those are just things that are going to make it less likely that she ever finds the type of guy that she actually likes.
I mean,
because they're not reasonable. No man that you actually want to be with is going to just bow down to those circumstances because of your insecurities about what could happen from liking a picture.
I mean, listen, even if she, let's just say she's a halfway decent looking chick, she could find a couple of suckers and simps out there that would probably go for this. But like you said, the quality guys that have options, they ain't going for that. Like I wouldn't go for that. That's like one of those Diddy record deals right there, man.
And most times they don't even like those types of dudes. They not really even attracted to those types of dudes. Now they might settle for him if he got a lot of money. They'll settle for him so that they can extract what they can extract from him while keeping all of their money and sitting back, and a lot of times cheating. A lot of times
keeping their options open.
Yep.
Yes, with a dude that they actually like. A lot of them
don't gotta do none of that stuff she just said her husband has to do.
He ain't gotta do nothing. All he gotta do is bring dick. That's it. He ain't gotta have nothing. He ain't gotta pay a bill, nothing. Matter of fact, she'll pay his bills with his money, with the other dude's money. Guaranteed.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, it's like I said, the video talks about ladies. Pay attention to what men actually want. Men don't want a woman that's trying to come dominate their life, come trying to overstep her boundaries, and project her insecurities onto him. Those are all things that are going to get you cut off by a quality man, because a man liking pictures on social media is what social media is designed for. It doesn't automatically mean anything. It doesn't automatically mean he's going to even attempt to do anything. And so the only people that have these kind of fears or theories about social media are people that have insecure mindsets, because people that actually don't care what their spouse watch, that's the last thing that they're thinking about. And they're not going to do any of the activities it takes to actually stalk someone's social media. You know what I mean? So, hell no. I remember I saw a post that said it'd been 5 years since Instagram removed the stalker tab to show who you used to follow.
Yeah. And comments to the show on there too.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know it used to show that.
Yeah.
Such and such like 5 pictures of such and such. You know what I'm saying? And just like, damn, why would you? That's really messy.
Doing too much.
All right, but let's keep things rolling. Now, this next video is a video where we're talking about a woman who left her husband because he experienced some financial difficulties. Let's take a look.
Left my husband. He knew what it was up front.
Right.
He ended up going broke. I have expectations. When you don't meet my expectations, I move the hell on.
You left your husband because he went through a little financial struggle.
And did.
At any point in time, did you feel that love should have kept you there?
I feel like he didn't love me, because if he did, he wouldn't have went through a financial struggle. A man that loves a woman don't go through hard times. He knew what it was up front. He ended up going broke. I have expectations. When you don't meet my expectations, I move the hell on.
You left your husband because he went through a little financial struggle.
And did.
At any point in time, did you feel that love should have kept you there?
I feel like he didn't love me, because if he did, he wouldn't have went through a financial struggle. A man that loves a woman don't go through hard times.
Now, we see these kind of viral clips all the time with these, illogical women that can never really provide any thorough explanations to their theories or their motivations. Just a bunch of sassy, slick talk. I would imagine used to get views and reactions. But I blame the men. Any man that would marry a woman like this, bro, you deserve it. You deserve everything that comes with it. Because her mentality, her mindset, and her perspective on things did not just get this way. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yep.
if you end up with a gold digging chick that don't really care about you and is only with you for the money, then bro, then you that's an epic fail on your part, man. I can't really have sympathy for that.
Yeah, this is why this is the prime example of why I say what I say when I tell men and I tell women, I'll pay 100% of the bills, but I'll only pay those bills for a woman that don't mind going 50-50. She don't mind doing it. I don't want her to do it, but her attitude is, yeah, that's no problem. It's my house. I'm in the house. 50-50 is good. I get to save half my money, but if I have to do it, that type of woman there is the type of woman I want to take care of. And you know what else that type of woman won't do? She won't leave you if something happened and she has to take on a little bit more of the financial load. But see, the women that say, I ain't paying, I ain't going 50-50 with no man, I ain't doing this, and I ain't paying for that, and I ain't doing this. Listen, she is there for the lifestyle. She is there for the lifestyle and not the love. So if the lifestyle ever takes a hit, she is on the next thing smoking to the next dick that she can ride on. Guarantee it 100%, because she already let you know that she is there for the lifestyle and what you can provide with the money for her. She's not there to be that type of partner with you through sickness and health, or richer or poor.
No concern about your well-being.
And then listen to her. You did this and did attitude, no remorse at all. No remorse, because she don't feel bad for it. She young, she back out here in the streets trying to find somebody else, got some dudes paying a couple bills, whatever the case. Like, those are the types of women that you avoid at all costs if you are a smart man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. And it's, why would you get into it with a woman like this? Like you said, she was probably like this when he met her, but I'm willing to bet that this dude probably led with money, probably went into it, she cute or whatever, led with money, she went for it, and as soon as he went broke, and this is somebody, you can tell this is somebody who's unscrupulous, man. She'll get with your friend. Hey, if your friend's showing some money, pay a few bills, hey, she will get with your friend, be in bed with your friend on Saturday.
I mean, it's just another example where you see guys that just don't pay attention to a woman's character at all, because her conversation, for a woman to be on a platform that's gonna go viral, to say something as stupid as, I thought you don't love me because you had a financial problem.
Ain't that crazy?
Things like things just don't happen.
Just think about the level of idiotic behavior going on with your brain cells for you to willingly say something like that. As if billionaires can't have financial problems. As if the world we live in is not volatile. So it just shows me that, whenever we see women complaining about men making them look stupid, they always make a big deal out of it. But they are always willing to make themselves look stupid.
All the time, man. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, but that's why you have to pay attention to people. I remember, and they all have this in common, really, because I did a live with a young lady, sweet young lady, man. Seems like she's really sincere with what she say. Hey, I take care of my husband and blah 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 blah. She was a single mom, but she sounded real good. And the 50-50, she hates that. I'm not going 50-50 with no man. And I said, well, what happens if something happens and he has to? You have to pay 50% of the bill. And she said she made decent money. And I said, you had to pay 50% of the bill. She said, for how long? I said, for how long? How long before you She's like, man, maybe 2 years. And I said, 2 years what? What's gonna happen? She gonna leave. That's the common thing when you hear women talk like that. If something happens to you, they are gone.
But
yes.
No, but think, and this doesn't. How does this make sense? Right? She's a single mother taking care of a child. So let's just say if you went 50-50, that's less of a load you have to take on. So that doesn't even make any sense.
They don't see it though. They don't see it like that. They would rather pay 100% of what they have going on than make a contribution to something with a man. I don't really see what the flex is. To me, that's the whole purpose of relationships, especially in a romantic or a family setting, is to pool your resources in the effort to make everybody's lifestyle grow.
That's actually the point of people don't understand. That's actually the point of getting married. You're two become one, and you're pooling resources. That's the whole purpose of marriage.
No. Y'all got this all wrong. Both of y'all. This is 2024. The purpose for a lot of these here chicks getting in relationships is for you to make their life easier. They think that them sleeping with you is going to make your life easier, and that's the best they got. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can do.
And it's crazy.
So they like, yo, I'm doing this here. Like, it's all about them when it comes to financially. It ain't about y'all. This is what I'm saying. You got to be careful who you get into these here situations with and think that you building with. Because when push comes to shove, the majority of these chicks out here ain't about y'all. They about themselves. Even the women. I took a vote to the women and I asked the women, who do y'all think that women today just want a ring to say they married? Or do they actually want to be wives and do the work? 80% of women said they just want a ring. That ain't even the guys saying it. That's the women. So if that don't tell you to be careful as a man out here picking a woman to be with and date and marry, I don't know what does.
Yeah, you got to be able to spot it. Like I said, I've been married over 20 years, so I don't deal with it now, but women that bring up marriage as soon as you start talking to them, and that's they goals, and like, man, if you choose to get with a woman and you know that that's her thing, then you signed up for it, bro. Like, you can't complain. The only way that I see where a guy can end up getting manipulated or kind of pushed into a situation is where you slip up and you get a woman pregnant, and that's why. For the guys that want the family unit and don't want, you know what I'm saying, like all the whole nine, that is a major incentive for a guy to at least want to marry a woman or make the situation, at least attempt to make right on the situation. So that's why it's important to be careful with what you do, fellas, how you move, even as a single man, even as a teenager. All of those things can have significant impacts on the lives you live going forward.
Yeah, be careful where you ski that. Tell you that right now. Wear a condom, because it is not a joke out here. I'll tell you that right now from experience.
And sex is supposed to be a given anyway. So if that's all you bring, hey, y'all can have that relationship right there.
That's almost
all right, man. We up against the clock. We about to take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna be getting into tonight's topic, lust and lifestyle. When we're talking about the different ways men and women, or the things that they use to attract one another. You are tuned into the Ho to Husband podcast, and we'll be back in a moment.
Hi, I'm relationship coach and author Terry Duran, and I am pleased to announce that my book, It's Not That Complicated, is finally available as an audiobook. So if you don't like to read, or you just don't have time to read a paperback book, this audiobook is perfect for you. You can listen to it while you're in your car, while you're at work, etc. In the book, I break down how husband material men think and operate in regards to sex, love, and relationships, and I provide real quality insight on how husband material men approach dating. The audiobook is available on audible.com and on iTunes. All you have to do is go to one of the websites and search for my name, Terry Duran. Go download your copy today.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Hold a Husband podcast. Tonight's episode is titled Lust and Lifestyle. And we're going to be having a conversation about the different things men and women use to attract the opposite sex. So, I guess, generally speaking, basic observation about men and women that you can see in 2024 is women are using their sex appeal and their looks to attract men, and men in general are using their lifestyle or their finances to at least attract women by portraying a certain lifestyle. I wanted to ask y'all, do y'all think that kind of dynamic or that type of dating arena actually leads itself to healthy relationships?
I say,
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead, Jay.
I don't necessarily think, I mean, with the women using sex and even men using money, I mean, like if you have it like that, sure, I guess it can. But I think if you don't, like if you're on some, hey, I'm gonna fake it till I make it, then no, because I think you can only be fake, but for so long. And even, for a woman using sex appeal, I mean, I think you can only do that for so long before that runs its course as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can turn into a healthy relationship because, I mean, what is the initial for us? The initial attraction for men is physical attraction. That's first for us. Then everything else falls into place. For women, a lot of times it's, I don't want to say financial because she don't know your finances, but she wants to try to get a glimpse of it. That's why they ask, they look at your car, see how you ride. They look at how you dressed. They look at your shoes, maybe your watch, ask you, oh, what do you do for a living? Well, where you live at? They want to see your house or something, like they want to get an idea, like, because those are two things that are high on our priority list for what we look for in a woman or what women look for in a man. So a lot of relationships blossom from that. That don't mean that's all that you are offering. And it don't mean that you're trying to use, because a woman can use her sex appeal without being slutty in the process or trying to trying to be a hoe or something like that. Like that's different. But if she's just sexy and she's dressing, she got on fitted, a nice fitted dress, whatever, like, yeah, dude's gonna be attracted to her. That's what it is. And she knows she got it. And a guy, as long as he ain't, showing, how these fools do with their money, holding money up to their ear and all that. But you can tell that he's not a bum. You can tell that he's not broke and that he lives a decent lifestyle, but he's not flashy and flamboyant with his money trying to show out. As long as those two people keep a level head about what it is that they have and how to use it or whatever the case, then a healthy relationship can come from that. 100%.
I agree.
I agree with that. What you're describing, I wouldn't say that that's somebody that's actually marketing lust or marketing a lifestyle. Somebody that's an actual reasonable person showing the lifestyle that they actually live. I think that's just within the norm. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about
hoes. You talking about hoes?
Yeah, the women that are doing the most, trying to monetize their sexuality, trying to get flued out and things of that nature, where like they're actively doing the things that I guess you would say like a I want a rapper starter kit type vibes. You know what I mean? Like, you the judge and Instagram page expert. You know when you see a
and you can even have some of that because you got some of these chicks got rappers, but for the most of them, the vast majority of them, no, it ain't working out long term. She there for a short time. She not there for a long time. That's why she got her titties all out and all that type of stuff. She trying to attract the types of dudes she trying to attract most times. This ain't gonna be no long term thing. And if the dude trying to attract chicks because it's money, he flashing everything and all that, he trying to get that attention from them. He ain't there to wife you
that's
up.
Hustling backwards. Well, I don't think you're right. I don't think a guy that markets that type of lifestyle is actually looking for a serious relationship. I think that's the whole route.
Now, can it turn into it? It can turn into it.
Yeah, it's
with
possible.
maturity.
It's rare.
He could settle down.
Yes.
He could go from the streets to getting a real job. Yeah, you can always make changes or display growth depending on who you come in contact with, your mindset, and what situations you're presented with. You know what I mean? Like those are the things that pivot who we become as people, etc. But in my opinion, I think when we're talking about market and a lifestyle, I think from a guy perspective, showing stability. Like you said, you don't have to put everybody in your business, but you can tell by what a man talks about, whether he has a career, whether he had, what he posts on his social media, what he actually does with his life. Like his whole life ain't about getting sections and popping bottles. You know what I mean? Like, or trying to portray that he got so much money, because a guy that's focused on that is going to attract the wrong attention from women, and he's going to make himself a target for for guys living the street life. So that would be a double whammy on both ends to me.
Yeah, man. But I mean, both of them hoes. If you know what I'm saying, you just using the woman is using what she knows she can use to get women, and the dude, I mean, to get men, and the dude is using what he knows he can get to get easy women, which is his money. So both of them trying to play the whole game. It is what it is.
So why do y'all think that the kind of the dating process has changed so much from back in the day, where there was really a focus on spending time one-on-one and actually, all the phone conversations to actually get to know a person's personality and character, versus now, where it's like, I need to be able to do a highlight reel and see what you actually bring to the table?
The phone and social media.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like the phone being in our face, and then social media making us think that there's so many options out there. Like you could just drop one, go to the next. That's what's really changed about it, because the phones have taken away the personalness of interacting, talking to each other, approaching women, whatever the case, actually holding conversations. You'll be surprised how many of these fools can't talk. How many of them can't hold a conversation without a phone in their face? Like that's a difficult thing for a lot of people now. And then again, social media has so many people thinking they have options that the slightest inconvenience, the slightest even thing that they even think might be a red flag, they gone. Next, I got somebody else in my DMs waiting his turn. Yep. Men don't really have that too much, but me, the guys that live a certain way, that's like a top tier type of guy, he might have it, but most men don't have that type of option where they can go there and they got a bunch of women in their DM somewhere. So I think the phone and social media has changed the dating landscape tremendously, and I don't see it going back.
Yeah, I say the same thing. I think being that everyone has a smartphone, either have an iPhone or an Android, and social media has pretty much desensitized a lot of things in dating. Like you said, there was a process. You exchange. Let's just say you met somewhere, wherever you met at. You exchange numbers. You would get on the phone, call each other, and actually talk and have a conversation. And then you would meet. You go out someplace, and then you actually spend time. Now you don't have to do it. Social media, you kind of fast track that process, so to say, for lack of a better description here, because you can see their pictures on social media, you see the highlights, so you could kind of tell what you're dealing with or who you're dealing with just based on looking at what their social media, who they follow.
100%.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because that element of where you met the chick at one place, you saw her date one, and now it might be a week or so before you see her again. Like that anxiousness to actually see you again, be around you again, have on a different outfit. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to present yourself a second time. I think you're right. The experience of dating has drastically changed because of all the things that are provided through the social media. Being actually, like you said, physically, being able to actually see the person. You can FaceTime, you know what I'm saying? So you can actually have face-to-face conversations without being in proximity. And then I think all the assumptions and stuff that comes with being able to see glimpses of what somebody was doing, where they was at in their story, fingernail in a picture, like just all that kind of stuff that kind of gives snapshots and glimpses of things that took place, that are actually, fuel to an insecure mind.
Yeah, I actually, I had met this chick, met her in person, met her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was about a good 8. Nice. And, I asked her for a number or whatever. She didn't want to give me a number. She wanted to give me her Instagram.
What?
I was like, I'm not taking your Instagram. And she was like, why? I mean, we talk on that. No, I'm not doing it. Like, if you don't want to give me your number, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. I'll give you mine if you want mine, but I'm not taking your Instagram.
But you know what?
Like, oh, okay, well, you can leave me. Okay, that's fine. You're right.
Hey, that ain't a normal. That's not a normal thing.
No, not for me. Not for me. I'm not gonna contact no chick through Instagram when I approached her for her phone number or give her mine. So I gave her my number.
Through Instagram, that's one thing.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, that's different. But if I met her in person, and so she said, leave me your number. You can give me your number. That's cool. And so I did. Well, she only tries to talk to me on Instagram. I don't even reply. I'll be like, get out of here. You got my number. Like, it's all good. You don't want to talk to me. But I'm not going to communicate with you through Instagram when I approached you to get your phone number unless I met you on Instagram. Right. So a lot of people are more comfortable. Yeah, a lot of women are more comfortable texting and talking through Instagram. And I know it's a lot of probably crazy dudes out there, but come on, man. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting into all that social media stuff like that if I don't have to.
You know what?
Well, that's odd, because I would think it's mostly guys that don't want to do the talking, because women will talk on the phone all day.
Not now, they don't. Not now, they do not, dude. Most of them text. Most people text. My phone barely ring. I can tell you that right now. If my phone ring, I know it's my mama, my dad, or my kids, or work. It's one of them 4 things. If my phone actually rings, outside of that, don't nobody really call no more. They gonna text and say, "Hey, how you doing?"
You know what? It actually started a while back. Probably early 2010s when Facebook first got popular. A lot of folks were doing that before Instagram. They were like, "Oh, you can take my Facebook and message me add me as a friend and message me on there," as opposed to giving their numbers out. I'm not a fan of that neither.
Yeah, and I had a chick last night on my live. She came on my live and she said, a dude approached her, a single woman. She said a guy approached her at the gym, asked her if he can get her phone number. She said, I told him no, but if he asked me again next week, I might say yes.
What?
Oh, we kidding.
What's the point in that?
Bruh,
gotta figure out.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, it's so many games out here, and I'm like, I would have told you to take that number and shove it up your Gucci. If you don't get out of here, I'll never speak to you again.
I mean, not necessarily won't ever speak to you again, because
I won't.
Well, I was gonna say the reason that I guess theoretically she could be in a relationship, that could be a valid reason why she didn't give you, the number.
Was single. And then she said, in the thing, she said, I told him if he asked me next week, I'll probably give it to him, but I want to see if that means he really want it. Man, if you don't get out of here.
He thought enough to ask you. He wanted to the first time.
This is social media's fault.
Man.
This is social media's fault. Want him to try harder? I'm not the try harder guy. I will act like I never saw you in my life every time we come up here. I'll bring my new chick up here when I get one. Oh, that's the heifer over there. Yeah.
Well, see, that's so illogical, though, because the whole purpose of trying to be attractive or trying to be seen is to create opportunities for you to meet somebody else. So women that have this mindset where I'm actually interested, but I'm just going to make him do extra or do more, you're going to find yourself in a horrible situation as you get older, because the men that you actually like are not about to jump through hoops just to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting your number is not a significant step from a male perspective. You know what I mean? Like, that is square one. Like, that is not a big deal. So to act like a man's going to do something, he's going to be checking for you all week and try to approach you again just to get to square one. Nah.
Most times it ain't happening.
It's not going to work like
unless
that.
Unless you a dime. Then I'll be standing outside of LA Fitness like, let's see what time she gonna come out. She cold. Like, maybe then a dude to do it, but you know, these chicks, they in the gym trying to look good so they can attract the man. Then when they attract the man, she like, nah, I don't really want to do. Man, look, I don't feel bad for a lot of them. Though.
I got a theory. I think women just take a lot of pleasure in rejecting men. You know what I'm saying? Like,
a lot of them do. Yes.
When you hear women talk about curving guys, and you just look at the body language when they describe it, how they curve a guy or a situation where they curve a guy, they seem to get a lot of pleasure from the idea of, you not on my level and I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? Like, type vibe. And 100%. I don't really see guys talk like that when they talk. When a dude was talking about a chick that he rejected, it's because it was a awkward situation, you know. They're like,
she was a 2
like that. Yeah, he's not attracted to her like that. But that's just my theory of what I've observed is like I don't know why they seem to get so much pleasure from
attention. It's the same reason. It's the same reason they ignore men on social media when they post these here pictures. They'll post a picture. They'll get all these dudes under there. Oh, you're so gorgeous. You're so nice. And they don't even like it. They won't even like it. They won't say thank you. They won't say anything to them or acknowledge them. It's just a rush of them getting the compliments. But when they girls say something, they'll say thank you. If one of their girls say something, they'll say, oh, thank you, boo. They'll pass up all these dudes right here and say thank you to their girl. Or if you say something negative, oh, they'll hop on there real quick. Oh, man, you a hater, you sassy, blah, 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 blah. But will ignore every guy on there giving them a compliment because it's the attention for women. So, yes, they get a kick out of rejecting men. It's an ego boost. It's an ego boost for them. That's really what it is. It's like an ego boost for men that can get a lot of women. It's an ego boost. And a lot of times,
would you say that that's kind of the same thrill that guys get when they smash a chick by using money or one of the ways we talked about?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Yes, attention for women is like sex for men. It's addicting. Yeah, it's addicting. How he can get it, it's addicting. How she can get it, it's addicting. A lot of women won't even. A lot of women today will give up their relationships instead of their Instagram page. Yes. They'll give up their relationship over their Instagram page because the attention is so addicting. They can't leave it alone. They gotta post a picture and get validation from other people. They have to.
Attention for a woman is like the equivalent of an orgasm to a man. That's what attention is for a lot of these women.
They get that hit. I think it's dopamine.
I get that, but I guess it's so strange because these are women that get this attention everywhere they go. When they go to the restaurant and with their friends, all the guys are looking at them. When they at the club or the bar, guys are looking at them. When they walk in anywhere, at the concert, at the mall, at the amusement park, men are looking at them everywhere they go, and majority of the time there's a positive reaction to it. So I don't understand why they're so addicted to that happening on social media.
Gives them a rush, man. Yeah, it gives them a rush. It really do. I mean, for men, I don't think we'll ever really understand it like that to the level of how women feel when it comes to that type of attention, because most dudes ain't really getting no attention like that from a bunch of women, and in most cases he ain't posting a bunch of selfies anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't really doing it. He'll pop one on here or there, but he ain't really doing it like that. But the women will turn around, show the booty, push the titties up, all that to get more attention from men.
And those
DM. I mean, yeah, because these dudes will pay them. They'll pay them just for being there. They'll send them
Just for
$100.
how they look.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you got to do something, right? You got to make yourself seen. You got to do something to attract the opposite sex. But just the way that my brain is set up, it seemed like everything is done to either confirm or deny a hookup. Is not really putting anybody on a path to see if they're actually compatible long term. And so that's where I kind of see it as a problem, because the way that the first couple, like you said, nah, you can't get my number, you can get my social. Well, that prevented a real interaction from y'all possibly even being able to go on a date or hang out and see if there was actual real vibe that could have developed. Simply because of that, shift in the process. So it's not gonna get easier as time goes on, y'all. Even though we're gonna have more devices and more technology, actually meeting and building interpersonal communication is always gonna be a struggle from here on out.
Yeah, now you got me in your DMs like a fan. Hey, how you doing? Hey. Like a little sucker.
And that's exactly how you treat them. Treat them just like a fan or a groupie.
Yeah, man, if you don't get out of here, man.
You said you treat you like a fan.
Yeah, but that's where most people meet that nowadays. But you know what's crazy, man? When they do this type of stuff, where they use they body, or they use, trying to be overly sexy, whatever, to get the type of men, and then when men take them for the body, they mad. Sweetheart, that's what you advertise to me. Or bruh, you advertise money to these chicks. You want to show your money, show all this. Don't cry when the women come and take it. I tell the women, take it. He's showing it. He want to give it. Take it. And for the men, she's showing titties. Get them titties. She'll put them up eventually. So you got to watch what you advertise out here, because people gonna come take it. 100%. McDonald's ain't advertising Big Mac so they can sell chicken legs. Ain't no way. They selling Big Macs because they got Big Macs. You see it on TV, you go in there and you say, let me get a Big Mac. I saw it on TV. So when I see titties, when dudes see titties and booty and camel toes on there, they coming for titties, booty, and camel toes. When women see cars, trips, and money, they coming for cars, trips, and money. Don't think that they coming over there to hold your hand and walk the beach with you and be your best friend and get married. No, they coming for them titties.
Yeah, and if that's the what you were portraying on social media, and you start dating somebody and they don't actually see it, they gonna feel like they've been catfished or they've been played. So that's another reason I don't think, like Jay said earlier, if you faking it or you just putting on, getting the right angle to make it seem like you balling or you doing it, that's not a good strategy. I think the people that have the most success or make themselves the most desirable on social media are actually people that have a regular life and just highlight different aspects of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where the people that are following you can actually see themselves in those environments. I think that goes a long way to making you somebody that is viewed as dateable, you know what I mean? Or is just not necessarily a what they call it, a babe crush or a social media crush or whatever.
Yeah, man, you can't get played if you participate. You can't get played if you're a participant. Like, you're a willing participant. You are out here putting this out here to the world. When somebody come to get it, you ain't getting played. You are a willing participant in what's happening to you. So don't come over here trying to play the victim now, because I don't want to hear it. You don't come over here crying now. He only wanted to have sex, sweetheart. I can see your labias on social media, boo. What you thought you wanted?
Sex.
100%. That's me.
All right, man. Looks like we are up against the clock, y'all. We about to get up out of here. Before we go, man, I want to give another shout out to my man, Brother Soul Productions, for keeping us laced with our background music. I want to remind y'all to continue supporting our podcast or our Cash App and our PayPal. JSD, man, I appreciate y'all linking up so we can try to get this episode knocked out. This has been another episode of the Ho to Husband Podcast, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.